Now, last year's anti-tourism protests in Europe drew global headlines. This summer, the tensions are back with more protests. Earlier this week, locals in Spain have been shooting water guns at visitors, saying a flood of summer visitors is driving up housing costs in their cities and pushing out the locals. However, many local residents and businesses are concerned that tourists may be frightened away. Simon Browning reports from Mallorca.
Touchdown Mallorca. Summer 2025 is on.
Airport where the local time is 3:10.
The mass migration south for sun, sea and sights is underway.
The businesses survive on tourism.
But unrest remains in our favourite paradise.
Like everything has gone like mad.
Protesting against tourism on Spain's streets is back, and the holiday industry is starting to worry.
Spanish people love tourism.
How tourism impacts the people who live where we visit is key.
The main problem of Mallorca right now is not the tourism, it's the consequences.
And housing is at its core. The issues of over-tourism are so pertinent here in Palma. I've just been walking through the streets and chanced upon this protest.
This tent, it represents the main problem we have here in the Balearic Islands, especially in Palma. We have a lot of problems to kind of afford the rent. If you have to pay this in a rent, it's more than your salary. It's impossible to us.
A hot issue for the local press, how the surge in visitors and a boom in Airbnbs and illegal holiday apartments is making it hard for locals to find somewhere to live. Through the busy streets to the government building.
Hi, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
So, tell me where we are.
We're just like in front of the Parliament of the
Ferran is an environment minister in the Balearic government. Mass tourism is key to his brief.
It's about the feeling of being an outsider in your own place, in the sense that the city has no longer services for locals.
Do you feel that there are simply just too many flights arriving
Certainly.
here in Mallorca and in the rest of Spain?
They're growing it because they want to operate at higher capacity in summer, which is completely... We cannot cope with that many people on the island.
This is Sinu, a small town right in the heart of Mallorca, far from the popular coastal resorts. But there's still tourism here. There's plenty of holiday lets and also a growing number of hotels.
And I'm going to show you the breakfast room.
Last year, Jose's hotel was graffitied by protesters. He sympathises with their cause. Mass tourism is putting huge pressure on the island's resources, like power and water.
Are you going to make another desalted plant? Are you going to make another highway because this highway is getting too small? Okay, you're going to solve the problem in maybe a few years, but in 5 years' time, you will have to make another highway and 2 other hospitals.
It's no surprise that Spain is the UK's favourite holiday destination. Just look at it. And here in Palma Nova in Mallorca, the restaurant owners and bars are keen to make sure that Brits know that it's still open for tourism, regardless of those protests. Resorts like this, filled with bars, restaurants and shops, were built for our holidays. Spain's economy has done very well from them. Very few protests happen here.
Of course, I would tell them, don't be afraid. Come to us. We thrive off of having you. We need the British tourism. Yeah,
Everyone's still welcome.
Yeah, of course. Everybody's still welcome. We want you here. We want to give you the best holiday experience. So yeah, don't be afraid of what you see in the newspaper. Not everything is what it seems.
Ambassador, tell me about how busy that flight route is between the UK and Spain.
Well, Simon, it's the highest air connectivity in the world.
Spain anticipates 100 million visitors this year, a record. Its ambassador to the UK is keen to stress protests are small and do not represent the view of the Spanish people. What does the Spanish government want to say to those people that were squirted with water pistols in cafes on Sunday, who've paid to come to Spain to eat your food, drink your coffee, drink your beer, enjoy the sights, and they're met with being sprayed with water pistols?
Well, all I can say is that we are awfully sorry and that it doesn't represent at all the feeling in Spain. You know how well tourists are treated in Spain in general, and British people particularly. The atmosphere in Spain is not hostile at all. On the contrary, it is as friendly as ever. And we are working hard, as you know now, not on making numbers grow. We don't want numbers to grow. We want satisfaction to grow in Spain.
The Spanish government has begun tighter regulation of holiday flats. The tourist industry is bitter about the damage rentals have done. A long, hot summer is ahead. Simon Browning, BBC News in Mallorca.